Well, good afternoon. It makes a difference when you're not in the morning, because in the morning when I'm leaving early, you don't have the, and it's not really even sunshine because it's raining. I never even got my walk in today. But today is it's Thursday. It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday, March 14th. And we are off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, a wonderful whiz, if ever a wonderful whiz. Dun, 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 dun. We're off to go get Alyssa from school because Jimmy's doing work over at Denise's house. My son Jimmy is a carpenter, and Denise is doing some remodeling at her house, and so Jimmy's doing it. Danny's a tool maker, and Christy works in medical claims, third-party administrator. Jim was a sprinkler fitter for fire protection, and I started off my very first job, my very first job. I was a waitress for 2.5 hours at Perini's restaurant in Detroit. I lied about my age. I said I was 18, but I really was only 16. And I was so young and foolish, I didn't think they'd actually ask for identification. I don't know how they thought that they were going to just take my word for it. But anyway, it took them about 2.5 hours for when the boss came in to figure out that I wasn't old enough to serve liquor. So out the door I went. And then the next job I had, I was working at J.L. Hudson's, which is Macy's now, and I was just a cashier. And then that was just for Christmas. I only worked for Christmas. And then when I graduated high school, my mother took me to Chatham's, which is a supermarket. It's gone bankrupt. It's no longer around. And I applied for the job, and my mother got the job. Because she thought, you know, what the heck, I might as well apply. She'll show me how to do it, and she got the job. So I found a job at a little local produce market called Pola's, P-O-L-L-A-S, Pola's Market. It was in Harper Woods. And I worked there for 4 years, and I worked up until 3 days before Jimmy was born. And then I quit, obviously. I had Jimmy, and then I became a stay-at-home mom. And then during the time between 1972 and 1986, I just did like little side jobs whenever we needed a little extra money. And one of my jobs that I had, and I've told this story before, was I worked at a book binding place where we did books. And all you did was you sat, and they gave you a big pile of books, and then your section of books, as the books came down the line, you would put your section on top. And then in the next, you know, it was just a boring job. And so I did that probably for about 3 weeks or so, because I was just temporary. They didn't let me go. They should have let me go, because they don't let you go to the bathroom when you work on a line. Obviously you got to have somebody relieve you before you can go, and nobody was coming around, and I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And so finally I just shut the line down myself and went to the bathroom, because I thought, I know I needed to go. So I did go, but when I came back, I got yelled at by the boss, because you're not allowed to do that. Go figure. And then when I picked up my stack of papers, or sections of the book, I didn't realize that I picked them up upside down. And so for the rest of the next 5 hours of my shift, I kept putting them on the wrong way. So like if you're reading a book, this might be a book you might have gotten, and you start reading it, and all of a sudden the pages are upside down, and it's the wrong pages because the pages numbers are on the bottom. I did them books. Those were mine. So I worked there for a while. Hated that job. I worked at Ludington News as a newspaper and magazine distributor, and I don't know if they just didn't, my brother got me the job because my brother was a sales representative for the company. And my section, I don't know if they did that on purpose or just whatever reason, was I was in charge of filling out the magazine orders for the adult bookstores. So I had all of those raunchy magazines. And it was funny because if you worked at Ludington News, you could bring home any book or magazine or anything you wanted, as long as you ripped the cover off, because they would send the cover back for credit. So you could go to any section of the factory. And like if you wanted the People magazine, you'd go to the People magazine section, the entertainment section, and you could get like the People and the Us and the entertainment, you know, and all that. They just ripped the cover off and gave it to you. Well, most of the people that worked there were men, because this is back in the late 70s. And they'd have to come up to me to ask for their raunchy magazines. And I'd make a point of ripping the cover off and handing them their magazines. Here's you go. And then they, you know, they didn't embarrass them. Men don't get embarrassed. They just don't. I don't know why. It's just, it's probably a good quality not to get embarrassed. But so I worked there for a while, and then I worked at Montgomery Ward's. I was going to get some new plates for our car because the license plates had expired and we weren't driving the car. And so I started walking up to the Secretary of State, and I got halfway there and it started pouring rain, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm halfway here, I might as well finish. Maybe by the time I get the plates and that, the rain will stop. And while I was there, I saw a sign that they were hiring for Montgomery Wards for Christmas. So I went in just to pick up an application, and they said, can you stay for an interview? And I look like a drowned rat. I'm thinking, who goes for an interview looking like this? And I said, well, I really would rather not. Look how I look. And then she says, yeah, you're here. Let's just, you know, you're here. Let's just do it. Okay. So I did the interview, and I got hired on the spot, and I started the next day. So it was just, and I did like that job. I worked there from 1986 until 1994. And then in 1994, I got let go. And then I went to work at where I ended up retiring from. It had so many names. When I started there, it was Core Source, and then it went to Cambridge, and then it went to Exchanging, and then it went to Creative Risk, and then it went to CBCA, and then I mean, I stayed through all the changes. And then in 2012, I retired. So you get to know a little bit more about me. But anyway, I didn't go for my walk today because, as you can see or hear, it's raining. It's raining. It's pouring. I sing the song a lot, and I never get it right. The old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head, and he didn't get up in the morning. So we're just waiting for Alyssa. So I didn't get my walk in. I did walk a little bit down the basement. Not a lot. And then we went this morning for Jim for his consultation because he wants to get some implants for his false teeth. And we found out that he's a good candidate. So we made up a follow-up appointment for somewhere else. And so we're going to go there on April 6th. So now all we're doing is just waiting for Alyssa. Now that I babbled on about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. That's what we say in my family. It's all about you. It's all about you. So, all right, this little girl's looking for her ride, and she's lost. She's getting drenched, but she's still looking. So, okay, I gotta go. Okay, it's time for breakfast. We're gonna have a cup of tea and some pancakes and bacon. I used the Kodiak pancake mix, Mrs. Butterworth's sugar-free syrup, and the Kroger private selection bacon. So I started my day with a prayer. I drank 50 ounces of water. My quote is, if you can remember why you started, then you know why you must continue. It's an 8-point breakfast, 0 for egg, banana, tea, and water, 5 points for half a cup of the pancake mix, 1 point for the sugar-free syrup, and 2 points for my bacon. So it's 8 points. I still have 15 points left for the rest of my day. Okay, Kelly, you're doing all these stuffing of the envelopes, and not one of those envelopes say stuffing for Sandy over at Let's Get Fit with Sandy. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 50. A Sandy envelope. I'm telling you, it'll work. Trust me, it'll work. Also, I'm going to go on I'm going to have my snack. I'm going to have a green apple, and I'm going to have some water. So that's my snack. Wonder what time it is. Does anybody really know what time it is? Well, I was just assuming that you knew who that was. That's Kelly in a Budget. Or Kelly on a Budget? No, it's not even Kelly in a Budget. It's Freedom in a Budget. If I remember, Kelly, I'll put your link down below. But Freedom in a Budget. And send me some money. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just wish I could be as good with money as she is. I'm too old. I know I'm not too old. She keeps telling me I'm not too old, but I've just had so many years of being so bad with money, and she's doing it at the right time when she's young. She kind of reminds me of, can't think of what her name is. Oh, I hate when I do this and I can't remember who I'm talking about. Oh, she does her money thing. She started off with her own money. Somebody gave her money to start her bakery, and she started her own bakery. And now she's got a money channel on the... Oh. Okay, watch the smoke come out of my ears as I'm trying to think of who she is. Okay, my brain is hurting now. I can't overstress this brain. I just can't, can't overstress it. You can't, like over-exercise a muscle, and that's just bugging me. Now I don't even know how to find her channel now. She's a TV. She's on TV. Oh. I'll come back. I don't want you to see me struggling. What? What? I hear you. Say it again. Say it again. Susie Orman. That's who I was meaning. Susie Orman. Thank you. I heard y'all shouting it from the rooftops. She goes, Sandy, how can you not remember? It's Susie Orman. It's Susie Orman. Okay, it's dinner time. I'm going to have a massive salad with some chicken on it, some cottage cheese and applesauce, and unsweetened tea, and some water. The chicken breast, the onion, the salad, the cucumber, the tomato, the tea, the water, and the pineapple are all 0. 3 points for half a cup of cottage cheese. 6 points for my 2 tablespoons of dressing. I have no guilt about that because I was saving my points today because I knew I was going to have a salad and I wanted to have this dressing. And I'm going to have a dinner roll, but I'm not going to have any butter on it, so it's a 5 point. I'm assuming it's 5 points, but that's what I'm figuring it out as, 14. So I have 1 point left over that I'm going to carry over for tomorrow because I think this salad will be more than enough to fill me up. Okay, before I close out my video for the night, I wanted to give a big congratulations to Esther Newman because Esther hit her 25-pound goal. Way to go! And she said that she's out shopping and the clothes are too big. She can't find any that are fit her. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? I know when I go, I kept thinking they're not going to fit me, but that's because I pick out sizes that are too small. But not anymore. I'm finding smaller sizes as we go down, 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 down. So give this video a like. Leave a comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in the morning. And once again, congratulations, Esther. Proud of you.